Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of May, and we're going to take a look at past, present, and near future energies. Also, Sag, please remember if this reading resonates and you want to book a personal reading, all the information about how to do that is in the description box below. And of course, if you enjoy and appreciate what I do, I would appreciate a cup of coffee. Donation link is below, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Okay. Who's got the ego, Sag? Is this you or is this your person? I'm going to say you because this is your reading. These could be your person's energies because I'm getting a lot of earth. Lots and lots of earth. So, yeah. Let me know. Okay, yeah. Tons of earth is showing up in your reading. So some of you may be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. The main energy for your reading this month is the Hierophant. There's definitely a connection here. For some of you, it may have been a marriage or one of those connections which just feels very, very deep. So it's like even if you're not married on paper, you might as well have been. Something's going on here with this connection. I don't see separation necessarily, at least not energetically, but I do see, let's say, ups and downs. So in the recent past, you get the Eight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles. You're trying to remain emotionally detached, emotionally disconnected here in the recent past. But deep down, it's like no matter how emotionally detached you think you are, it's coming more from an ego place. It's coming more from a, oh, I'll show you I don't care. I'll show you how not emotionally invested I am. But deep down, you know that's bullshit. Deep down, you know how you feel. You know how the other person feels. This is just like a show of like, oh, you don't care? I don't care even more. I have no feelings involved. I have no skin in the game. Like, I could care less, which you don't, but you make it appear like you do. In the current situation, you get the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. You're moving very, very slowly, right? Really, really, really slowly. But the direction that you're moving in is towards working on things, fixing things, investing the energy in building here. You're showing me that there's another person involved, and what you want to do is you want to come in and put a brick. You want your person to come in and put a brick so that you guys can rebuild this beautiful, solid foundation between the two of you, right? That's the desire here. However, you are taking your sweet, sweet time in terms of movement. Like you're moving at a snail's pace, if not slower. Now, in the near future, you get the Two of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Four of Swords. There's love here. You love your person. You know they love you. Like the emotion is still very much there. And you want to heal things. You truly want to fix things. You want to heal things on a deep level. But you're taking your time. You're moving a little bit slowly for some reason. And I don't know why, because I don't see any doubt or hesitation here. You're crystal clear on what you want. You're crystal clear on what direction you want to move in, but you're really dragging your feet. It could be an ego thing. We'll see. Let's take a look at the Hierophant, which is the main energy for your reading this month. Hierophant is clarified by the Moon, the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you want a new beginning here. You guys want to have this new beginning in love, right? You could have shown me any other ace. You showed me the love one. You do want a new beginning here. However, not only do you not want to want this new beginning, you're also ignoring and suppressing the fact that you want this new beginning. So it's literally like, let's pretend that this is the new beginning, right? And this is right there. And I'm like, hey, Sag, do you want that? You're like, yeah, I want it. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. Take it. Do something about it. Nope, I don't want it, first of all. And second of all, not only do I not want to want this, I'm going to pretend like this card doesn't even exist. See? Can't see it. It doesn't exist. That's kind of the energy that you're approaching this whole new beginning with. But you do want it. It's not like it's being forced on you. It's not like you don't. You do actually want this. But for some reason, you're like, no, I don't want this. Again, that sounds very ego-driven to me, but we will see. Let's take a look at the Eight of Cups, which is the main energy for your reading. The main energy, which is the energy in the recent past. Eight of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the King of Swords. You are the King of Wands to me. I don't assign gender to my cards. You're showing me that this connection has been in your life for a very, very long time. So like I said before, even if you and this person aren't married, y'all might as well have been. This is one of those connections where I don't care about what term you put on it. It has the potential to go the distance. It has the potential to have long-term stability and truly, truly be successful there. But for some reason, you're showing me it makes sense for me to emotionally detach from this connection. Like either something's not working here in this connection, or you, for some reason, your brain has come in and it's like, hey, Sag, you know this beautiful connection that you've been in for quite a while? Yeah, it's time to emotionally detach. It's time to emotionally disconnect from that. I don't know why. Let's take a look at the High Priestess in the recent past. The High Priestess is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, which you get again in the current situation, the Queen of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Deep down, you know you still love this person. Deep down, you have love for this person, and you know they love you too. And you know that you want to work on things. You know that, again, you want to come in and put a break. You want your person to put a break. You guys want to rebuild this solid foundation. And you're showing me deep down, I know all of that. But I don't want that. I don't want to even admit to myself that this desire exists. So when it comes to the 3D world, you're not actually doing anything about it. You're taking very, very minimal action to make whatever this desire is that you have actually happen, actually come to fruition. Let's take a look at the King of Pentacles in the recent past. King of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Empress, and the Magician. You're putting on a good show. I will give you that. In the recent past, you're very much in an energy of like, doesn't bother me, doesn't faze me, I'm good, I'm going to work, I'm coming back, this doesn't concern me. Literally, if anybody looks at you from the outside, they're like, yeah, Sag, cool, calm, collected, does not care. However, deep down in your head, all you think about is this situation with this person. What do I do? Where should I go? What if this happens? What if I do this? Right? Because you still view this person as your person. You're looking at this person and like, that's the person that I want. That's the person for me. And so even though you'd like to put on a front like nothing bothers you and you're not fazed and like, you know, you couldn't care less about what the outcome between you two is, you are fazed and you do care and you do really want things to work out with this person. But you're very guarded. You're very, very guarded. You're also not transparent. You're definitely not expressing or sharing any of this with your person, at least not in the recent past. Let's take a look at the Three of Pentacles in the current situation. Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Five of Wands. You're very conflicted because on the one hand, you're like, look, I need to prioritize myself. I need to focus on myself. On the other hand, you're like, okay, well, maybe I should prioritize this connection. Maybe I should prioritize this relationship. Maybe I should invest all my time and energy in that. So you're very, very conflicted in terms of where do I put my energy? Like if I have 10 units of energy a day, do I invest like 5 in this person, 5 in this connection? Or sorry, 5 in myself, 5 in this connection? Do I focus all on myself? Do I focus all on this connection? You're really very, very confused. You don't know. And remember, the Hierophant is the main energy for your reading this month. So you're kind of conflicted because part of you is like, well, obviously I should prioritize myself. The other part of you is like, no, but if you prioritize yourself, then what's going to happen to this connection? Why does it have to be either or, though, is my question to you. Let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles in the current situation. Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the King of Pentacles, which you got in the recent past. The reason you're taking your time and you're moving very, very slowly is because, again, you're conflicted in the current situation. You're like, person, connection, what do I focus on? Because you don't have the answer, because you don't know, you're not really focusing on either. You're kind of like, I'm giving a little bit here, sometimes I'm doing this, sometimes I'm doing that, but overall you're not really moving the dial one way or the other. Again, I feel like you're putting on a very good show. Your person would never know that any of this is going on within you. I feel like your person is looking at you and being like, yep, they don't even care. Like they literally could not care less what happens to us. But that's not true, is it, Sag? No, you're just very good at pretending. You're very good at putting on a stone face, but deep down, you're very confused and you really, like, you want to move past this confusion too. You don't like being confused. You don't like not knowing, like, what to do. But I see you truly not knowing. So in the current situation, you're moving kind of slowly. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm traveling, and apparently I thought they were knocking on my door. They were knocking on the next door. But anyways, that's essentially why you're moving so slowly. You want to move faster. You don't want to be in this hesitation, but because you don't really know what to do, right, where you should focus your energy, you're really dragging your feet. Let's take a look at the Eight of Pentacles in the current situation. Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Justice, the Three of Wands, and the Temperance. This is you. You want to work on things. If you think of divine balance, if you think of balancing out the scales and restoring equilibrium, both for yourself and within this connection, you're showing me that, to me, means I want to work on things. However, again, when it comes to taking action, you're like, not right now. I know at some point down the line, I'm going to want to work on things. I know at some point down the line, we're going to work on things. It's not a question of if it's going to happen. It's literally a question of when. However, when it comes to actually doing something about it, in the current situation, you're still waiting. You are waiting because you're confused, but I'll be honest with you, Sag, there's also an energy here of you kind of dragging your feet. Like, you're taking your sweet time because you can. Like, what's the rush? Let's take a look at the Two of Cups in the near future. Two of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the universe, and the strength. Yeah, despite the difficulties, despite how hard it is for you to make a decision, you do make a decision. And you choose love in the near future. You're putting an end to, let me do my own thing. I have to prioritize myself. And you're kind of like, look, I want to invest in this connection. I want to have a new beginning in this connection. It is a little bit difficult for you to admit that, right? Because remember, the main energy for your reading is you trying to not admit that to yourself. But despite the hardship, despite the difficulty, you're picking the relationship over, like, being single. Let's take a look at the Two of Wands in the near future. Two of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, Four of Cups. Yeah. Again, you've made the decision. When it comes to taking action, you're not quite on the action train. You're showing me I'm a little bit overwhelmed in terms of how to make this decision happen in the 3D world. So it's literally like, okay, I've decided I want a cookie. But then you're at the point where you're like, okay, well, what cookie do I want? How do I get the cookie? Do I get the cookie delivered? Do I get it in my card? Do I buy it? How do I pay? Do I pay with a card? Do I pay with cash? Do I pay in the app? Do I pay? Like, you're very, very overwhelmed about how to actually make this, I'm going to focus on the relationship decision, what that means here in the 3D world. It is kind of stressing you out. It is kind of making you unhappy. Again, you don't like confusion. You don't like not knowing. You don't like kind of being confused. So you are taking a little bit more time to figure it out. But when it comes to the taking action part, when it comes to the decision-making part, in the near future, you've already decided. Let's take a look at the Four of Swords in the near future. Four of Swords is clarified by the Judgment. Excuse me. The Judgment, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Wands, which you just got the Two of Wands. So again, you've made the decision. You want to have a new beginning. You get the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and you want to heal things. So for you, you've decided, okay, I want to have this new start. I want to focus on the relationship. And the part that you were confused about is like, okay, well, what does that mean here in the 3D world? Like, what action do I take? And so as time progresses, you're showing me, okay, the action that I need to take has to focus on healing. That's the main focus of this action. But again, when it comes to taking action, you're still not doing anything because now you've gotten into... You've narrowed it down from, I'm just going to use the cookie example. You've narrowed it down from, I want a cookie. Okay, what cookie do I want? Okay, I've decided on the cookie. Okay, what store do I get it from? Okay, I picked the store. That's where you're at right now. Now that you've picked the store, you're like, okay, how do I pay? How do I get there? You still have some more variables which you need to figure out, right? So you're still taking more time, but at least you've like narrowed down like the confusing part instead of like 5 things confusing you down to like 2 things that you still need to decide on. So there's definitely progress being made here in the near future, but you are moving slowly. You are taking your time, that's for sure. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month. Oh. From the universe, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Temperance, which is you. You're holding back. You are still holding back. There's a little bit of ego. There's a little bit of stubbornness here. There's a little bit of resistance that you're setting up for yourself. You're the one that's creating this resistance, right? With the whole, I want this, but I don't want this, but I want to pretend like I don't want this. So you are still holding back a little bit, but it's not anything which is literally keeping you frozen in place. Is it prolonging the process? A little bit, but it's nothing that's keeping you frozen in place. So Sag, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. And remember, I love me some coffee. Donation link is below. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you here on the next one.